Hello there and welcome in another episode of Railroads Online. Last time I played this game, I was a little bit pissed off because, things didn't go as I planned. But today we are going to look at the rails I built earlier. So this video is pre-recorded. I took my Montezuma, which is for me it's like only train for transportation or fast transportation, and it just looks like a speedy train, so gonna use it like that. This part of the video where I write that Montezuma was pre-recorded, and it was before the update which happened in 4th of November, and there was some improvements of some gaming experience. So yes, you can see lately in the later video that there is some improvement if in frame per second FPS, and some more things. And yesterday, when I was playing the game but not recording, I noticed some of things, like open windows, and there's a, it's not a problem, but it looks strange, and I think that there's a problem with. I don't know how to say that, because they changed a lot of things on those trains, like showing a yellow line around the windows or doors, and they removed it, and on some trains they are still visible, and on some not. On all the trains they are not visible, so it doesn't bother me that much, but if it is the same for every train in this game, it would be better. There was one thing that someone said, that Montezuma didn't have a brake, so you have to brake backwards. So you have to switch backwards the lever, and the traction should slow down the train. Probably someone from knowledge of those trains. I have a question for you because when you use the reverse backwards, and those wheels slip on the rails, it has to be much faster wore off. Or I think that it should be faster to what is the word when you use it so often in a other way. Because I think that the brake is easily changed, or much more easy to change than the whole wheel of the train. So I have to find the word in translator, because I don't know how to say it in English. Sorry about that. One thing that's still a problem for me, and that's when you are building those tracks, you build it, and then you remove the trees. From the iron bridge or under the iron bridge, there's no problem to remove them. But when you have wooden bridges and with the rails on a side or without, there's still problem that when the tree is under those pillars, you can't cut it. There is no way you can get to the pillar. So I think it's a little bit problem. Of course, now you can delete the track, but when the track is up high like this, deleting the track is well. When you build it without the railroads online extended, it's much harder to get to those heights than with this program. So, which I'm normally using, because you know when you fell off those high rocks or mountains, well, you can't go up on the rock, so you have to go around and take a minute, and the guy is not that fast, so well, you know, takes several minutes to get up, and when you fell off again, you have to do it again. So yes, well, it was the word I thought of earlier. So back to my question: when you use the reverse brake, doesn't mean that the wheel wear off faster. So was it that much useful? So or is there any other option that they didn't well, think of the brake or some sort of brake? Because well, I'm sure that they thought of some kind of brake, because you know, well, yeah, there was a brake on a tender, but well, was that the brake useful as on a train? If someone know the answer, just type it down in the comments, and well, I will really appreciate that. So now this is the video captured after the 4th of November, where you can see that the FPS is much more better. It improved. And this is my second track where well, I created the loop. And if you saw my video where I described precisely how I'm gonna build those tracks, so you can now see it in person. Well, how I managed to do that. I still don't understand why sorry, why my screen is moved to the left when I'm 100% sure that I did it on 1080. I have to look at OBS settings. Yeah, when I was first building those tracks in year back in a year, I didn't build those second tracks near the industries, because well, I thought, well, I'm playing it alone and I don't need to go around the train. Oh my god, how I was mistaken. Yeah. The one thing that changed, and I'm not sure that it's something that someone would appreciate it, but there was a problem when you was using the beams, just only beams, and you had 1% of planks or 100 planks. You can't. When you when you replenish those beams and you have 100 planks, it won't make new beams. You have to replenish those planks. It was a little bit harder to manage the game, but it was I think it was much more fun because, well, you know, you have created a lot of beams you run out of, but the industry just won't make new beams because, well, they got still the planks, so you need to use them too. So it was something that you need to know and think of how to use those beams, or create other tracks where you can lay off or drop off those wagons with those materials and take another round, take those beams again, you know, lay them round and again. It was hard to manage, but it was much more fun. There is one problem I see with the Heistler, and that's the ladder. They still didn't make the ladder climbable, so there's a problem with that. You can't just step in the Heistler because it's pretty high. Which I'm okay, you can't climb the Heistler without the ladder, but you know, well, when the ladder is not functional, it's hard time to get on. Sorry, just drinking my coffee. Morning routine. Yeah, and probably I'm gonna just make it faster. I built a small track for hand car, and it's because when you're loading those long trains and you have to run to the sorry about that. It's autumn or fall. Is it English fall? Autumn, I think it's both. And you have to run to the train. It takes time, so I think of a small track which will lead near the train, so you can hop on the hand car, go back to industry, hop off, load, and back again. So it should improve my it should improve the time I'm spending just running around and trying to move the train. So, well, I'm sure that it's not typical for a normal railway, so they don't run in a hand car in these days. I'm sure of it, but well, there's much more people than one guy on a whole railway, so you know, playing it alone, it's hard in the game. Which I hope that in the future they will improve the multiplayer options, or multiplayer, how's it called, gaming experience, because you know, well, it has a problem with I don't know with what, probably with the client sending data to other computer via the server. When I started this channel, I thought of opened server for other people so they can join me and we can enjoy the game together, but you know, there's still no communication, and I don't want to open Discord, or I don't think that it's necessary to open Discord for just, I don't know, I'm usually playing this game well 1 hour max, probably 1 hour. So yeah, well, not a lot of people will come to play with me and just talk with me to 1 hour, and you know, I'm usually playing it in AM hours, so I think a lot of people is in work. Which doesn't mean that I'm not working, I am, but my work depends on a client, so usually I'm just working after 10 a.m. So 10 or 11, it depends on clients. I hope I'm not gonna be sick, because I hate being sick. As a lot of people hope it. There is one thing that's still making the game weird, and it's when you take longer trains and you go over those points where the tracks, or switches where the tracks are connected or linked. There is the droppage of those FPS, so it's probably calculating the train again. So that's probably the thing that's lowering those FPS, because the game is calculating the weight of the whole train. Or I think it calculates the individual wagon and train, I think. Or just, that's what I think it's sorry, it's happening. So if someone write me something different, I'm okay with that, because I don't know that I don't have these informations. And then there is one thing, I forgot to chop off the one tree, and it screwed me up. it really did. And thanks to well, slower speeds, the train didn't start an astronaut operation and didn't launch into space, which happened to me once. Which happened to me once. The train was like just like that, hit the tree like that, and I tried to derail it and put it on the track, but when I hit the derail button, pick the train, and the train launched off. I've never seen the train again. And maybe question number 2 is the whistles, or the whistle, because on a Heisler there is a double whistle, I guess, and it sounds great. But on the other trains, it sounds like there is just only stock whistle. Just they made one whistle, and they just changing the pitch. So I'm not sure that it's the thing in real life. I have no idea. So if someone knows the answer, that how those whistles sounds, well, I would appreciate again answer in my comments, so I just know another information, and probably for developers if they're willing to or just want to change those sounds. which is not important as a game experience again. Well, so it's something that well, makes the game it improves the game a little bit. One change in this update is the switches. They got back to drag and pull the switch. Well, because well, right and left click. Well, it wasn't that bad because it wasn't that bad. But when you started the game and you was used to those drag switches, and then they switched to just only right and left click. Well, it was sometimes problem when I was in stress situation just to fastly, you know, switch the line, and I was right clicking and dragging it up. I was why is not working? The train goes off, and I was like, oh god damn it! They have it now, right and left click. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and it will be all for today. And I'm playing this game again. Don't know when, because next video should be from another game, which is Kingdom Come Deliverance, where we just continue in the story. But probably I should make a shorter video where I show you how they changed the help screen, where they write the new things, how to use them, how to use the new spine updates. Just this, but this is only update for you know, this is update for in alpha game, beta update. Well, so stupid, but you know, just this is just a Steam thing. So again, have a nice day and goodbye.